it's the Dragon System here. Um, we're from the DID babies, obviously, but today there's only one baby. Obviously the Castor System is not with us because we are on quarantine. Most of the city is because of COVID-19, the coronavirus. So for the safety of ourselves and the people we live with, we are staying indoors as much as possible, as should everyone right now with the virus going around. Only go outside if you need to, and wash your hands. But for the next few weeks, probably, it will be self-made videos, at-home videos, not in our normal recording spot, and there will be some lives and just some interaction videos, just to let you guys know that we're still here. And today's video will be on bigger systems and some of the problems that can happen in bigger systems, such as ourselves, because we are a system of 35 plus, and I think it's 35, I'm not sure the number anymore, past 35, because with all of the stress lately, we have split a few times and it has been stressful. But in bigger systems like ours, communication can be a very big problem because not everyone knows each other, not everyone can talk to each other, communication isn't always the best. Like, there are plenty of alters that I cannot hear when I am here, so I cannot communicate with them, so communication between those alters and myself are usually sticky notes or notebooks that we have. We have plenty of notebooks at home and plenty of sticky notes, so we try to keep communication that way. Other problems are just too much chatter sometimes. Sometimes all you can hear is the chatter between alters in the inner world that aren't always necessarily like a conversation about me, a conversation that I need to hear. So sometimes hearing those conversations is just like, okay, well, why am I hearing this? But that just kind of comes with it, is you hear conversations, you hear just them talking from the inside, you hear their music, you hear everything that's really going on, unless it's really far in the back of Headspace. But there's sometimes fights that are going on in the inner world that we can't hear anything about, or we don't really know what's going on, we just kind of hear them fighting, and you're just like, oh no, another fight's going on. I can't really help that. With bigger systems, there's a lot of blurring that happens, and blurring is usually when you can't tell where one altar starts, or when one altar ends and one altar starts. That happens a lot for us when people are too close to the front. Everyone just kind of starts blurring, and it causes for a lot of dissociation. Excuse me. And if more than one alter is co-conscious with me, that causes a lot of blurring because I can't really tell who's there, who I am, and it just causes for a lot of distress sometimes. You can't always tell who is there, who is sitting there at the front with you with bigger systems, because not everyone has that distinct feeling of, oh, this is Eric, or oh, this is Kara, or someone else, because not always can you feel that because there's so many people and you can't always tell exactly who it is who's sitting with you. And because another thing is because there's so many of us and everyone wants to front and do their own things, and have their own hobbies and do their own things through the day, but there isn't always enough time in the day for everyone to be able to front and do what they want, which can sometimes be stressful, and sometimes it can cause everyone to be like, oh, well, why does this alter get to do front and do what they want to do today, but I don't get to front and do what I want to do today? So it's kind of just, sometimes you have to set priorities on who gets to do what they want to do today, and who doesn't get to do what they want to do today. It's not always fun. It's actually a lot of the time not fun. DID is not fun. It's a disorder. It's hard, especially with flashbacks and trauma and the sometimes feeling of, what if I'm faking this? What if I don't actually have DID? What if I'm faking this all? But then sometimes you'll be sitting there and you're like, oh, what if I'm faking? Like, me as a host, I think all the time, oh, what if I'm faking? What if I'm not actually this? And then someone will come and they'll come co-front with me and they'll be like, hey, shut up. And then I'll be like, oh, you are real, hello. But it's stressful, it's hard. But just know that, just be patient, be loving, be helpful, be kind to yourself, and we love you. Bye-bye.